Hey, hello friends, welcome back to another brand new video. In today's video, we are going to talk about the world's largest and most successful air aviation mission. What do you think it has been done by? The United Nations Air Force? No. The Royal Air Force? No. The US? No. The England? No. It's India. Yes. It all happened in the 1990. What all happened and how India rescued the 170,000 people, 1,170,000 mean 1,70,000 people back to home. How? And the causes and all about this. Let's begin our today's video. So before we start our video, like, share, and subscribe. Let's begin. It all happened in the 1990s, where Kuwait was one of the richest it was the richest state. It was the richest city at that time, our country. People were there because they see a future in Kuwait. They want to earn a lot. And Indians were majority, means most of people were Indians there. So they have migrated and left India to Kuwait for a better hope for the future. They went to Kuwait and they were shopkeeper, driver, hospital people, business persons, and many. So what all happened is that the Iran launched an attack on Kuwait. So people know it was all about it fell all around the world that Kuwait has been under attack, and in few months it will be in severe damage. So people started just they were like fearing from this. And you know what, this all thing happened in a morning. So the people, the army from the Iran captured one of the 19 province of the Kuwait, and there the everything was shut in entire Kuwait. Salaries were shut, banks were shut. A woman who had saved 20 years of her nurse salary just went into waste paper. 20 years of savings into waste paper. The banks were shut and Kuwait notes has no more value. Actually, at that time, Kuwait was sitting at one tenth of the entire oil in the world. Now, you can imagine how rich it would be. Then, after people were negotiating to get out of it. So, here comes the hero, the Toyota Sunny. He was Matthew, he was something like this, Matthew, and he was an Indian from South India. He was having a Toyota dealership, and people call him the Toyota Sunny. He has been working that dealership since 20 years of his life, and he has sold many cars. That's why he was well known by the name Toyota Sunny. Now, let's see what this Toyota Sunny does. The Toyota Sunny quickly realized the situation, the circumstance, and he sold his cars and to provide funds for the people there because he wanted to rescue all of them. So he set the Indian school as the base camp of Indian people, and not only Indian but other people also. So he just gave different duties to different people for food, water, medicines, and etc. etc. Now, Indian embassy was negotiating with the Iran to set them free. They have to hug Saddam Hussein. He was one of the ruler of Iran that time, leader, and people around the world call this a betrayal because India at that time was with Western countries, not with the Middle Eastern countries like Iran and all the Muslim countries. But what India could do, it had to rescue its 170 people from Kuwait. So India hugged the Saddam Hussein, an Indian foreign minister. And people call it betrayal, as I already told. Some call this that India is begging and they just mocked India. But what India did later is extremely good. So Indian foreign minister just had a negotiation with Saddam Hussein. He was the leader of Iran that time to set the pass away. So the passway was from Kuwait back to Iran, then Jordan, which was around 270,000 kilometers, like 2 lakh kilometers away from bus, not even airline. Because at that time, airline was, war zone for Kuwait. You know what? We have our hero Toyota Sunny. So he went to another country, Iran, to negotiate with the country, to negotiate with Iran, even before the foreign minister of India does. And he asked for some buses, and he got the buses. So people were moving from Kuwait to Jordan, and they have to wait in a long queue for the relief camps. There, the camps has been set. Camps has been placed, so it was a long wait. Sometimes the wait goes like a week or weeks. So after that, Air India had given its flight for bringing the people of India back to home. And you know what? Eight flights were there each day. They have to travel over 1,000 kilometers. 1,000 kilometers they have to travel, and they went to Jordan, they went to Bombay, and again they took a round, refuel, then again go and come. They took many turns each day, and pilots were restless. But finally, most all the Indians, 170,000 Indians, came back to their home India safely without even a single loss. This is one of the greatest air aviation, and all the people just appreciated this to the Indian government and even the Toyota Sunny. Unfortunately, the Toyota Sunny died on the very same year, but he was a true hero, Toyota Sunny. So, you know what? Later on, we already know that the Kuwait is now, nobody talks about Kuwait, but that time it was very rich, the downfall of Kuwait. It is now poor country, not very poor, but still. So, you know what? The Kuwait currency has fell. At that time, the economy has been crashed, and no value in the market of Kuwait was there. The share markets and stocks were crashed, and the people who were having their salaries, their savings, all were like waste paper. So they have to finally start over, and people were starting over from zero from their 40s and 50s. So it was all about today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed this video, so like and subscribe. Till then, bye bye.